It's Anthony's Weather Lab. We want to take a look at what our KPRC2 meteorologist Anthony Yanez is up to during today's school visit.
Yeah, he's on the road. He's joining us from Stephen F. Austin Elementary School in Goose Creek ISD this morning for his Weather Lab. Anthony and students will experiment with the fun side of STEM right here on KPRC2 Plus. Now, the students, as you can see, they are getting ready to do the forecast. They are so excited.
I hear them cheering. Look at them. Wow, there's a lot of kids.
Oh, my goodness. This is a packed house this morning. They are ready. Anthony Yanez, good morning, sir.
Welcome, everybody, to Stephen F. Austin Elementary School in Baytown. First of all, you have to see these kids. These kids are great. They're fun. Hey, everybody, give everybody a big round of applause, our audience. How great is that? So, we are in Baytown today. We have the third graders, we have the fourth graders, and we have the fifth graders here. We have some really important things that we're going to talk about. We're live right now on KPRC2, and because you're in Baytown, I have some very important things that I want to share with you specifically for where you live. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at the screens here. I don't know if we can turn down the lights up front, but we're right now in the middle of hurricane season and actually getting toward the end. But hurricane season starts June 1st. It runs all the way through November 30th. We've never been hit by a hurricane in southeast Texas past October 16th. So we're getting to that time. What I want to mention, though, is where we live in Baytown. It's important because you're right next to the water. We drove over the Fred Hartman Bridge when we came in. Water's everywhere. And hurricanes bring in what's called a storm surge. So if you have a house that's at sea level and a storm surge comes in, what happens to your house? It's gone. Now, in Baytown, you're not at sea level, so you're a little farther up. So it would need a really powerful hurricane for the water to actually make it all the way up. But basically, the water always stays down here in Baytown until we get a hurricane that's going to bring it up. So what I wanted to talk about today for you specifically, and for all the teachers who are here and for the parents, is that in 1961, a hurricane named Carla hit southeast Texas. It hit Matagorda Bay, but it affected us all the way here in Baytown. There's a lot of words here that aren't necessarily important. There's a lot of information. But what's important for you is where we live. So does everybody see where we live at the top of this screen in Baytown? That's Baytown. So this is before Hurricane Carla hit. Or if another Hurricane Carla came or another storm that was powerful, this is what would happen. So first of all, we're going to talk about Hurricane Carly. We're going to change the name. We're going to say it's a Category 5. The landfall is near Freeport. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. It's moving northwest at 8 miles per hour, and the surge right now is 4.8 feet. You guys, your sea level is 23 feet. So is Baytown fine? Yes. You guys are, oh my gosh, you guys are wicked smart. So you got that. Okay, now we're going to go to noon. Surge is 10.6 feet. Is Baytown okay? How's LaPorte looking? Bad. Oh my, you guys are great. 5 o'clock, it's drowning. Great comment. Northwest at 8 miles per hour. Surge is now 17.9 feet. How's Baytown looking? Still pretty good. How's League City looking? 8 p.m. The storm surge is now 22.5 feet. What's happening to us? We're now starting to get water into our homes where we live. So I just want to make sure you guys are all aware. This can happen. If there's a strong enough hurricane that can come, it can affect us, it can hurt our homes, it can hurt where we live, and it can really change our lives. So we really need to understand where we live with hurricanes because we are so close to the waters. But let's talk about how these ocean monsters form. So I'm going to have a couple of you help me with this, but let's start with the basics. First of all, the ocean water needs to be 80 degrees at 150 feet deep. So everybody sees this bowl, right? Yeah. So I'm going to put 80-degree waters into this bowl, or this is going to represent this. Okay, so this is going to be the Gulf of Mexico, and this water represents the water, the ocean water. So we all get that. 80 degrees, 150 feet deep. Now, what we're going to do is that the air cools quickly with height, like climbing a mountain. So, on the ground right now, and you have 3 students here who are going to give you the live weather, and they're going to tell you that the temperature in Baytown right now is a warm 85 degrees. So, right now, here, it's 85 degrees, and I bet the water out in the ocean is probably a little bit warmer than that. It needs to be colder up here. So the water up above you, for a hurricane to form, needs to be like 70 or 65. It needs to be cold. There are times that the air temperature above you is warmer. It's called an inversion. So there are times when the air above you might be 90 degrees, might be 95. And if that happens, a hurricane won't form. So let me give you an example of this. Who are my strong kids? I picked up my strong kids earlier. Come on up. So this is going to represent the air above us. We have our friends. Who are our friends? What's your name? Jaylee. You know what? Let me get my microphone. I'm sorry, Jaylee? Jaylee. Jaylee. Okay, everyone say hi to Jaylee. Hi. Jaylee, say hi back. Hi. Okay, who's this?
Adrian.
Adrian?
Juan.
Juan?
Jaden.
Drayden. They all look strong, right? Yes, the answer is yes. Okay. So, we're all here in Baytown, 85 degrees. This is 95 degree air, high pressure, standing on top of Baytown. One at a time. Come on in. Lift that up for me. Okay, you got to use your strength. Got to use your strength. Okay? All right, we'll get somebody else. Go ahead. Lift it up. What's going on? Man, you told me you were strong. You told me you were strong. Okay, that's all right. Oh, you did it. All right. Okay, let's do another person. Good job. You're the first person, by the way, that's ever done that. You did it also. But how hard is it? It's hard? I mean, how much strength are you putting into this? Now, I want you to do this. I want you to go straight up. Don't angle it. If you angle it, you're letting cool air in. Okay? So, I want you to lift straight up and see if you can do it. Straight up. Okay. Oh my gosh, you guys are so strong. But it was hard, right? So what happens is when you have warm air sitting on top of you, it's really hard to get that up. Ah, God, I can't. I think if I really tried, but I don't know, it's all right. But it's tough. Does everyone understand that? Great job. Everyone give a big round of applause. So you need it colder up here, not warm. Does everybody understand that concept? Yeah. Warm water, cold air up above you. Now the winds need to be going in the same speed and same direction from the surface to 5,000 feet. So I need a 3rd grader. Come on up, right in purple. Come on up. Okay? Yes, come on up. What's your name?
Camila.
Camila. Everybody say hi to Camila. Come on, Camila. Okay? So me and Camila, we're going to be wind. All right? Camila is the ground wind. I'm up 5,000 feet because I'm talking to her. So let's walk together, Camila. We're walking together. We're going at the same speed, same direction. Pretty good, right? We're going to stop. Let's turn around. Same speed, same direction. If the winds are going in the same speed and same direction, no problems. A hurricane can form. Now, I want us to go opposite each other. There is going to be a problem if we walk opposite each other. Here's the problem, okay? This time I want you to walk toward me. All right? So your job is to walk toward me. All right? Go ahead. Why are you stopping? Why are you stopping? Because what's happening? She's getting hit by opposing winds. Did you see her? She didn't keep walking. She stopped. She doesn't like this. Camila doesn't like this. And you know what? Hurricanes don't like this either. Hurricanes like going in the same direction. Winds, Same speed, same direction to 5,000 feet. If you get an opposing wind, Camila did not like that, and guess what? Hurricanes don't like that either. Good job. Everyone give Camila a big round of applause. Good job. Okay. So the Earth's spin, if everything is going well, the Earth's spin causes a rotation of these thunderstorms. So as warm, moist air rises, the winds begin rotating towards the center and the wind speeds increase. So I'm just going to have you guys, you four, come on up, and I want you to watch this, okay? So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to have you do. I'm going to spin this. You guys are going to describe what you're seeing. Or you know what? Who can do what I'm doing and keep the speed? Okay, go ahead. But you got to keep it going fast. Okay? You got it? Let me help you. Let me get started and then you can. Okay. So let's see how I'm going really fast. And then, got it? You got it? Okay, just like that. Keep it going. Okay, ready?
Okay.
Yep. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop in, what's the color of the gators? Green. I'm going to drop in green into this. Okay, go ahead and get that out of the way. So what you're seeing now is at the center, you're seeing a circulation. Now I know you guys don't see it, but they're seeing a pretty good circulation. All right? Now I'm going to keep this going again, and I'm going to see if you see this, right? We're going to try something else here. Okay, I'm going to do a real good spin. And we're going to make sure I don't get this on you. As it's circulating, I want you to notice that shape. Okay?
It's like...
Okay, so you see that. So everybody on who's watching KPRC sees this, what this shape looks like. I know the rest of you don't, and that's okay. You guys have a seat. Thank you so much. Is that what that looks like? So that spin, that circulation, is the beginning of a tropical storm or a hurricane forming because of that rotation. And so if everything is perfect, you get a hurricane. Exactly. An eye wall, and rain bands. Here's another question for you. So we've got the hurricane, but now the hurricane is spinning. It's continuing to spin. It moves up to the north. It looks like that. Why does a hurricane spin? So the reason is what's called, and you'll learn about this in either middle school science or high school science, or your teachers can teach you this now, but it's a little more advanced science, but it's called the conservation of angular momentum. For those of you, raise your hand if you've ever played tetherball. Yeah, we all have. So when you're playing tetherball against somebody and you hit the ball, and then your opponent hits the ball, it's going pretty slow. But the second they miss the ball and you hit it again, what happens is it gets closer to the center. It speeds up. That's the conservation of angular momentum. The closer something gets to its center, the faster it speeds up. If you watch the Olympics on NBC, what you're going to see is ice skaters who are going to start to make circles with their eyes out, arms out, they're slow. Once they put their arms in, what happens? They spin like that. That's the conservation of angular momentum. If everything is perfect with the water temperature, 80 degrees, with the winds in the same direction, the cool air on top, you get a hurricane, and if it continues to move and everything is perfect, it will get stronger because of the conservation of angular momentum. So the 2023 hurricanes, right now we're at Nigel. Our next hurricane that forms will be called Ophelia. In 1953, hurricanes were named after girls, and girls only. What happened was, girls started to say, hey, wait a minute. Every time there's a bad storm, they're named after us. Why is nothing bad happen with a boy name? We would like hurricanes to be named after boys. So in 1979, they started being named after boys also. So if you notice on this list, if your name is on this list, I'm going to read it quickly. Raise your hand. Arlene, Brett, Cindy, Dawn, Emily, Franklin, Gert, Harold, Adelia, Jose, Katia, Lee, Margot, Nigel, Ophelia, Philippe, Rena, Sean, Tammy, Vince, Whitley. We have three people. So the names of hurricanes are a group of people from the World Meteorological Organization, and you can name a hurricane after your mom, after your dad, your brother. So if you guys ever become a scientist, become a meteorologist, and you get on that group, you can name a hurricane. So here's my concern for you. It doesn't take a hurricane for us to flood. We can get flooding pretty easy. Never bike through water, never play in high water. You guys, this is the worst idea I've ever seen in my life with kids playing in water. And I'm on TV and I see bad ideas all the time. But here's a truck, someone sitting on the back recording it for Snapchat, Instagram, who knows? Someone's out looking out the window. 2 kids are hydroplaning off the back in white shirts. What color's the water? White. There are so many things that can go wrong in this picture. Now, nothing wrong actually happened. Nothing bad happened. But don't ever play in flooded waters. Caroline, Michael, and I, we hear these awful stories that come about because kids your age in 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade play in flooded water. So what is everyone not ever going to do? Great. Here's another example, not as extreme. If I tell this story or show this picture, not tell the story, if I show this picture to kindergartners in 1st grade, they will say this is a sea urchin. They will say it's cow manure. They will call it things like that. Usually 5th graders know that this is ants. So the problem with ants is ants don't like getting wet. And so what they do is they create an island. And if you're playing in flooded water, you are suddenly a dry island. And they will come up your leg and they will bite you hundreds of times and it hurts. It's not as extreme as holding onto the back of a truck and hydroplaning, but it's still bad. So don't play in flooded water. So this is for teachers and parents. Don't drive in water if you don't know how deep it is. Some big cars can make it, but some can't. Water's powerful. This kid looks like your height, your age, your weight. And the water's moving him and his dad's 2-ton truck. 2 feet of water will make your car float. The issue is our cars aren't made to float. They have lots of holes in the bottom, so water gets in our engine, and if you try to start your car in your engine, you cause on an old vehicle $2,000 to $4,000 worth of damage. So here's what's going to be pretty cool here. We're going to have some of your classmates do the weather for us. So first of all, how Caroline and I forecast the weather, we use radar, which shows where it's raining. We use satellites, which shows where the clouds are. Like I was showing you those hurricanes. You're looking at satellite and you can see the spin. It shows you where the rain is. This radar image, by the way, that hook, that's a hook echo. And that shows us that's a radar indicated tornado. So whenever we see that, that's bad. Because that means instead of a hurricane spinning, that's a tornado spinning. And if it's near your house, it can be bad or just as worse as a hurricane, just much smaller. And there's recording stations. We have surface maps, so we go to school to understand how to read what's expected to happen with the weather. We have weather models. And I also look outside. If the rock is wet, it's raining. If the rock is swaying, it's windy. If the rock is hot, it's sunny. If the rock is cool, it's overcast. If the rock is white, it's snowing. If the rock is blue, it's cold. If the rock is gone, tornado! So it's important to be smart. It's important to know everything you need to know in your studies, but it's also important to know what's going on outside just by looking. You have to do both. And then I make the graphics that you see on TV if you watch. The way I do my job is I will be sometimes in front of a green screen. I get to see myself, so I don't have words, but I see myself. And your 3 classmates here are going to see the exact and do the exact same thing that we do on TV every day. I cannot wear green. So as a Gator, it would be bad if you guys wore your Spirit shirts to do the weather because you would probably disappear. In fact, we probably want to see this coming up. So it's going to be your turn. You're going to do the weather for your city. You're going to give the current temperatures. you're going to give what our weather is today and what it's expected to be and what happens tomorrow. Are you guys ready? Let's give a big round of applause. Come on over. Okay, who wants to go first? Okay, so we have, let's see, Allison, right? Okay, everybody give a big hi to Allison. Okay, Allison, this is your mic so everybody hears you.
Okay.
I'm going to give you your clicker. Here's your clicker. You remember it's the middle one. So Allison, she's going to start by saying her name, what school she goes to, and then she's going to do the forecast in her own way. Are you ready to do this? And if we want, Caroline, we can switch over to Click to Houston. Now, here's the nice thing about this. There's a delay on this. And so when we put this on the screen for you guys, Allison can do this, and then she can watch how she did. Okay, you ready, Allison? You got the middle part? All right, I'm going to get out of the way, Allison. You're going to look at the camera here. You're going to introduce yourself, and then off to the side, the maps are going to show up. So I'm going to get out of the way. Okay, Allison, let's do this. Oh, can you see everything? You're good?
Yeah.
You're good. Okay, great. Oh, before you start, okay, you're going to face the camera and then go ahead.
This?
That's what, no, this is your camera, so that's how your parents and your teachers are watching you and how we're watching you. And then, but that's how to see what the forecast and what the temperatures are. So go ahead.
Hi, my name is...
Oops. Oh, hold on. That's okay. Time out. We have audio that's showing up. Okay, go ahead. Yes, the middle button. When you're ready to click the map forward, you press that button. Okay, you're all set.
Hi, my name is Allison Berenda, and I go to Stephen F. Austin Elementary, the home of the Gators. So let's get started. Okay, so at our city.
Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to look off at the side, so this is how I would do it, and you're going to tell me, like, what's the temperature, for example, now in Sugarland? So you already showed Baytown. What's the temperature in Sugarland?
And hold on. I'm sorry.
That's okay. It's all right. You're doing great. You're doing great.
In Sugarland, it is 83 degrees, and then in the Woodlands, it's 79 degrees. And Katy, it's 86 degrees. And Cypress?
What's that? Which one? Cypress. Yeah, Cypress.
In Cypress, it's 86 degrees. And Conroe. It is 77 degrees, and Daytown, it is 82 degrees, and Kingwood, it is 80 degrees.
And you can click it forward now to give what the forecast is.
Okay. On Wednesday, which is today, it's 94 degrees, and it's more humid. On Thursday, it is 96 degrees and 20% of breeze.
That's great. Good job. Everybody give her a big round of applause. So now you get to watch yourself. Go ahead and watch yourself. Okay, who's next? Okay, come on up. Here, now we're going to, since we learned something, I want to show you something. So you're going to look at the camera, introduce yourself. When you look at the screen, come back. And so what you want to do is you want to be here so you can see your maps. Can you see your maps? You can read that and everything. If you need to get closer to see, come forward, but then come back. Coming back will let you see the entire screen, okay? So here's your mic, here's your clicker, and you know how to introduce yourself, and you're ready to go. You'll start in the middle, though, and you're ready to go. Okay, go ahead.
Hello, my name is Adrian Joseph, and I go to Stephen F. Austin Elementary. This is the home of the Gators. Today, we have it's 87 degrees outside, and the humidity is 69 degrees, and it feels like 97. The temperatures in Dayton are 82 degrees. In Katy, it's 86. In Sugar Land, it's 83. In Portland, it's 83. In Webster, it's 86. And in, Today is 94, it is planned to be 94 degrees and a little bit more humid today. It's also, tomorrow there's a 20% chance of rain and it's 90 degrees. And then again, it's on Friday, it's a 20% chance of rain and it is 90-something degrees.
Yay! Good job. That was excellent. Good job. That was great. Okay. You're going to end us on the show, okay? We have like 2 minutes left. So you have 2 minutes, and then we're going to say goodbye to everybody and say goodbye to KPRC too. So go ahead. Ready?
Hi, my name is Jasmine Fiesel, and I go to Stephen F. Austin, home of the Gators. Today it is 87 degrees with a 69% of humidity, wind calm, feels like 97 degrees. In the Woodlands it's 79, in Conroe it is 77, Dayton 82, Baytown 87 degrees, Kingwood 80, Katy 86, Cypress 86. Wednesday, 94 degrees, more humid. Thursday, 96 degrees with a breeze. And Friday, 20% of rain, 90-something.
Yay! Come on over. Everybody come on over. Okay, so I want to interview you guys left with this last minute. First of all, how hard is it to have the camera there, have the green screen behind you, and do the weather at the same time? How hard was that?
Very hard.
It was hard?
Yeah.
What was the hardest thing about it?
Looking at the screen and saying it.
Yeah, looking at the screen and saying it, because our minds are just used to talking to people. It's not used to factoring in everything else. What was the most fun thing you did about that?
Probably like actually saying this stuff and like being on actual live TV.
That's awesome. Can everybody give one last big round of applause? So, you guys, as we wrap up, I want everybody, do you guys have any kind of school song or school chant that you can say as we say goodbye to our audience? Do you guys have anything like that? Yeah. Yeah? Okay, go ahead. 3, 2, 1.